Hi friend, have you ever been discouraged? You know, there's a story in the Bible about David, and I'm going to read it to you from 1 Samuel chapter 30, beginning with verse 1. And it says, "Now it happened when David and his men came to Ziklag on the third day that the Amalekites had invaded the south, and Ziklag attacked Ziklag and burned it with fire, and had taken captive the women and those who were there from small to great. They did not kill anyone, but carried them away and went their way. So David and his men came back to the city, and there it was, burned with fire, and their wives, their sons, and their daughters had been taken captive. Then David and the people who were with him lifted up their voices and wept until they had no more power to weep. And David's wives had also been taken captive. Now David was greatly distressed, for the people spoke of stoning him, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his sons and for his daughters. But David strengthened and encouraged himself in the Lord his God." You know, David and his men had gone through a horrible time. They came back to the city expecting to be welcomed and received by their families, their wives, and their children, and they had all been taken by the Amalekites, and they were devastated. They were grieving. They were in pain. And the men that were following David got so upset, and they took all of that anger and that grief, and they turned it against David and wanted to stone him as the leader. And so he really needed some encouragement to go on. And you know, he didn't have anyone there physically to encourage him. They had all turned against him. But David had learned a secret of success in walking with the Lord, and that's the ability to encourage yourself in the Lord. And that's what he did. He encouraged himself in the Lord. And part of maturing as a believer is learning how to encourage yourself in the Lord. Because we don't always have someone to turn to encourage us and lift us up in the physical realm, a person that we can turn to. We don't always have a person that we can call and ask. And in this time of isolation, one of the things that I think that the Lord is trying to do is to grow up the body of Christ to where we can strengthen and encourage ourselves in the Lord during this time. And so I want to give you some keys to encouraging yourself in the Lord. And it's taken from David's life. First of all, you know, we get stuck in our own head. So we have to take our focus outside of our own head and look up. That's number one. Look up. Praise, worship, magnify the Lord. Get in his presence. That's what David did. That's what the Psalms are. Is the outpouring of David's heart toward the Lord, those songs of praise. He took his focus off of himself and what he was going through and focused it upon the Lord his God. So he looked up. Number two, look back. Look back at God's faithfulness to you. Give testimony, give witness to yourself. Remind yourself of the goodness of God and how all of the different things that he has faithfully brought you through. So number one, look up. Number two, look back. Number three, look around. If you look around, you will see so many things to be thankful for. Look around and see his faithful provision to you. Number four, look ahead. He's got a good plan for you. Focus on Jesus, the author and the finisher of your faith. He has hope for you. He has a future for you. He has good things in store for you, heavenward and along the path to get there. He's got good things for you. And then, while you're looking ahead for yourself, encourage someone else. Look for a way to reach out to someone else. There is no better way to encourage yourself than to bring encouragement to someone else. So here's your 4 steps for encouraging yourself in the Lord. Look up, look back, look around, and look ahead. Now, encourage yourself in the Lord, friend, today.